Southport Village, which is part of the town of Fairfield, located on Long Island Sound, has a beautiful harbor, the yacht yard run by the town, the yacht club, the private golf club, and a village downtown that is just so quaint and inviting. We are here today interviewing the harbormaster of Southport Harbor, Harbormaster Brian LeClaire. Mr. LeClaire, can I call you Brian?
Absolutely.
All right, so just can you give us an idea of what it's like to be a harbormaster in Southport? What are the duties of the harbormaster in Southport?
Sure. The duties include both managing all of the moorings and docked vessels within the harbor, maintaining records, making assignments of the public moorings, keeping track of docked vessels at individual homes or the private yacht club, as well as safety and law enforcement duties for the vessels operating within the harbor and off the coast of Fairfield.
How far off the coast do you have responsibilities?
I have jurisdiction in the navigable waters actually of all of Connecticut, but I am the harbormaster assigned for Fairfield and Southport, Connecticut.
Now, in that position, do you work for the town or do you work for the state?
No, I'm actually a state official appointed by the governor of Connecticut.
Southport Harbor, it looks like a very safe harbor that is fairly easy to get into. Can you tell us about the waters coming in, how deep they are, and if there's facilities for transient vessels?
Sure. This is a federally maintained channel at a minimum depth of 9 feet. We're actually scheduled to be dredged either later this year or the beginning of 2024 by the federal government. There are transient moorings available. There's 3 transient moorings available at all times. There's also public facilities for pump out of and obtaining fuel and ice here in the harbor as well.
I know that you've had some other events that you've run. Would you like to make any comments about the coffee that you ran?
Sure. We've had a number of events so far this year. We had a coffee with the harbormaster at the old workshop here at Yacht Yard, one of the oldest operating boat yards in the country. And this is one of the oldest navigation projects just to my left, to your right, in the United States, with a jetty going back to the early 1800s. Southport was historically a commercial port with a number of tall ship builders as well as a vibrant shipping economy here in Southport. So we had a coffee with the harbormaster at the old boat shop here at Yacht Yard for people to meet each other and to meet me. We've also had a flare day here. We collected old and expired flares. At the same time, we allowed boat owners and crews to experience firing flares, both handheld and aerial, to see what that was like and to learn from that process. A few weeks back, we had the traditional blessing of the fleet here in the harbor, where over 50 boats came out for blessings from the clergy. It's an old fishing tradition that goes back hundreds of years at the beginning of a fishing or boating season. So we have a number of activities here in the harbor throughout the year to engage the boaters.
Can you tell us about your background in the marine industry?
Sure. I've been a boater most of my life. I've been a sailor, owning my current sailboat back since 1991. I have a 22-foot sailboat. I've assisted the Sea Scouts. I was the commander of the local power squadron of the United States Power Squadrons. And I've been interested in this harbor and boating virtually my whole life.
I'm sure people are going to think this is a really neat job to have. Can you support a house and family in Fairfield on your salary as a harbormaster?
Absolutely not. I get a small stipend on a monthly basis from the town of Fairfield and a very small stipend on an annual basis from the state of Connecticut, which amounts barely cover the operation of the harbormaster vessel, which in this case is my own personal 13-foot Boston whaler.
So basically, this is a glorified volunteer position, and the town is very lucky to have someone like you who's willing to do this.
That's correct. I have a full-time job. I'm an attorney by trade, full-time, and this is a community service role, as I look at it. A great role. It's something I really enjoy. That takes a lot of hours, but it's basically a volunteer position.
I know of some situations where you've come to aid people. You might want to tell me more. I know of one with two young men out on the rocks offshore at dusk. If you want to talk about that. And I've heard about one where I think you found some youth hanging on a mooring ball because they were tired. And I don't know what else you've done.
There's a lot of things that come up in the day-to-day life of a harbor master. Everything from boats becoming entangled that need assistance, to debris floating in the channel, to the occasional loose kayak or boat that has come off its mooring. We had an abandoned derelict vessel show up here in the harbor a few weeks ago. We had a rescue last year at this time. We're out at dusk, around 9 o'clock one evening. We encountered two youth who were swimming from shore and couldn't get back. And certainly we were at the right place at the right time, a half mile plus from shore, heard them, had them grab onto a buoy, the outer harbor buoy, until we were able to get the vessel in position and bring them in safely. As the tide was coming in and they had no way to swim back to safety. So I wear many hats, I have to keep my eyes open for many things all the time, just to make it a safe and enjoyable experience for the boaters.
Could we possibly get a quick tour of the harbor?
Absolutely. So as you can see, we have a very active sailing program here in the harbor. Wednesday nights are traditionally the larger boats races, as well as on the weekends. We have a large fleet of Ideal 18s for both community sailing as well as the yacht club. And the yacht club has junior racing programs going on a daily basis throughout the summer. So it's always a very active harbor with sailing boats as well as fishing boats and recreational vessels. You can also see we have a unique mooring system. We do bow stern moorings throughout the harbor with tracer lines between the moorings. Most are mushrooms. We also have a helix field for the larger vessels.
the Sea Scouts have their boat in the Southport Harbor. We want to thank you for the tour of Southport Harbor. Is there anything you would like to say to sum it up?
No, thank you for stopping by and visiting this afternoon. This is a great harbor, a beautiful spot for boaters, from little 13-foot whalers to 50-feet sailing vessels, for kayakers and paddle boarders alike. So again, thanks for stopping by and visiting with us.